action. Hi, how the fuck are we doing? Are we good? Good? Okay, good. Welcome back to the Pretty Princess Command Center. Thank you so much for reporting for duty today. I don't even know what we have to talk about today because I have not looked at anything. I was originally not going to film this today. I was going to film it tomorrow, but then inspiration struck and I have to go after what my inspiration wants me to do. So, but I do know we have some new responses to get right into. Is there any updates that I should give you guys? Let me think. I don't really fucking think so. Not a whole lot. I worked out this morning. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on track, and that's what matters. So I hope all of you are too. And if you're not, that's okay. Have grace with yourself, okay? Slutka, I have a super gnarly sinus headache. Like, when do I not? But also, it's really pissing me off today because it's been with me all day, and I even took stuff for it, but it didn't go away. So, once we're done filming this, we are 110% gonna take off my makeup and just like put a hot pack over my eyes. Okay, we're gonna start out with this one. This one's like light and fun. So this one says, general makeup advice, how to find your shades, how to make yourself look like a whole new person. Oh, how to make yourself not look like a whole new person, but rather a stepped up version of yourself. Okay, this is a fun little girly question. So basically for makeup shades, I definitely would go into wherever you're buying from, like Sephora, Ulta. Drugstores are a little bit harder, like Target, Walmart, Walgreens, like those places are a little bit harder because you can't swatch anything. For me, like I don't self-tan my face, but I self-tan my body. Well, I do self-tan my face, but I don't spray tan my face. But usually my face is a lot lighter than my body, so I always match my body shade. So for shades, I would definitely just play around with that. And then as far as like blush shades and like colorful shades and stuff like that, I would go off like base level. Like if you're buying your first blush, I would definitely go off of what color suits your skin tone the best rather than what color you like the best, because for me, like I love hot pink blushes. I think they're so pretty, like the light pinks and the hot pinks. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. But for me, warmer tone blushes suit me a lot better. But I figured out if I do a warm orange, like today, I don't know if you can really see it, but like today I have a hot pink, like the cream blush that I used was a corally, more like orangey color, and then what I layered on top for a powder blush, I did a hot pink and then I did an orange. So I kind of combined them both. But like honestly, I think just do your makeup how you like do your makeup in a way that makes you feel good. Like I personally, I don't like the like light clean girl makeup. Like I'm not gonna go out of the house, like I'm an all or nothing person when it comes to makeup. I am an all or nothing girly when it comes to makeup, so I would much rather put on my full face, which like this is my full face of makeup. We did foundation, concealer, cream bronzer, cream blush, setting spray, baking powder, setting powder, powder bronzer, powder blush, powder highlighter, and like I have my little wings, I have outer corner lashes on, and I gelled my eyebrows, and I have my lip liner and my lipstick. Some people are much more like, no, I'd rather put a little bit of concealer on, no mascara, no powder, no nothing. Other people like skin tints, other people like foundation, but like they don't like the cream bronzers, you know what I'm saying? So really just do what makes you happy. Like so many girls rock the clean girl makeup aesthetic, like the very like minimal, you know, no foundation, no nothing. I don't fuck with that. I would rather wear no makeup at all, because for me, I know what looks good on my face. I know what makes me feel good when I do my makeup. And the whole reason of doing your makeup, like, sure, maybe this will sound shallow, but nobody's doing their makeup to look worse or look the same. For me, I like to do my makeup, obviously, because I look pretty. Like, I like to look pretty. I like to have my little wings. I like to have my fake lashes and stuff. And that doesn't mean that I don't like how I look without makeup. It just looks like cat with makeup and cat without makeup. Like that's all it is. But for me too, like the process of doing my makeup is very therapeutic. It's very fun. Like I enjoy that step in my routine. I like, if I have to be somewhere super early in the morning, like I like waking up early and giving myself that extra time to do my makeup the way I like it, because whenever I've done my makeup in a rushed way, or whenever I've done my makeup in like, oh, I want to wear like light makeup today, I just always end up hating it and I'll just take it off, because I would rather wear no makeup at all than light makeup. And that's just me personally. And if you feel the same way, you feel the same way. And I don't know, just some people like, we all like different types of makeup. I never do eyeshadow because I don't know how the fuck to do eyeshadow. I've tried it a few times and I played with it and like it's fun, but I don't like doing it enough to want to do it every day. So like if I do put anything on my eyes, I'll just put a tiny bit of bronzer that I use for my cheeks on my eyes. You know what I mean? But my wings, I love doing my wings and I love doing my lashes. Like I love that shit. So, and it's the same thing. Like I never do my hair. Like you guys see me, like I'll be in a headband, I'll have my hair up, but like I'm not doing my hair. I just don't care to. And some people are the other way around. You just really have to do the makeup that makes you feel the best. Because if you saw me like this and then you saw no makeup, just like bummy clothes cat, like you're not gonna think I'm two different people. You're gonna be like, oh, she looks like really different. That's the point of makeup. I'm not putting all this makeup on my face to look the way that I look with no makeup on. And that's the beauty of it, because there's the no makeup looks. But I definitely recommend following like old school YouTube makeup tutorials. There's so many new ones. Like literally just type in like everyday makeup look for school, everyday makeup look for beginners, full face soft glam, full face everyday look. Like this is my full face everyday look. None of my friends wear makeup, so when I pull up like this and they're not wearing makeup, like it looks like I have so much makeup on, but like realistically, like I don't. And to the full face girlies, they're gonna look at me and be like, oh, you look natural. You know what I mean? So it's really just, you need to figure out what makes you feel the best. That's bottom line, end of story. But for shade matching, just you know what I mean? As far as shades go, yeah, I would just definitely go to the store. And if you're like in Sephora or Ulta, you could ask people for help. Like that's what the employees are there for. Like be like, hey, I don't know how the fuck to find my shade. Let's figure this shit out, you know? What a cute little fun question to start off the week with. That was so fun. Okay, next. This is so fun because it's like I have no idea what we're about to get into. You have no idea what we're about to get into, so it's fun. I like it this way. My boyfriend proposed to me back in 2021. Congratulations. Why did I sound like that? Congratulations. Congratulations. One time I was really drunk. It was New Year's Eve. Mr. Special and I were out and about on the streets and we saw a bride and a groom and like the wedding party, and I, for some reason, forgot what you say to people when they get married. And I said, happy wedding. And so we've been engaged for going on 3 years, and the only thing we had planned and picked out was the wedding venue and my wedding dress. But now we no longer have the wedding venue because of some things that came up financially on his end. And even when I said I could take care of it, he wanted to put the wedding off altogether. We've changed dates 4 times already. That's a whole other situation, and I don't know what to do. When we talk about the wedding, we argue, and he tells his mom, and she's on his side. You should always be on the woman's side, sorry. And then I'm the crazy one for being upset about the situation, but now we're back at square one, where all I have is a dress and a ring that I helped pay for. We've had talks, both good and bad, and it always ends up in the same result. I'm at a loss. Ooh, that's a toughie. The first thing I'm getting from this though is like his male ego is hurt that he can't pay for the wedding. But then you said that you helped pay for the ring, so I'm not sure. I'm just a little confused. I feel like if you're still engaged, like nobody's called off the engagement, and as long as your relationship's still very like relationship-y, like nothing has turned sour, nothing's gone south in the sense of you want to call off the engagement, I feel like that's definitely a good sign. Changing your wedding date 4 times, that does sound fucking terrible. I can't even imagine planning a wedding. Like I don't even have like a wedding planning thought process in my mind, so I can't even imagine planning it and then, oh, we gotta change the date. Planning it, oh, we gotta change the date. You know, because then it's like you're being pranked at that point. It's like, well, what's the fucking point? I don't even want to bother because it's probably gonna change again. I'm really sorry that he's telling his mom all this shit. That actually is super annoying because like that's the last thing. Like this is between you and him being like, oh, mom, like she's being so mean. Like if there's a reason that he keeps changing it, he needs to tell you, and I'm sure he probably has, but like he needs to be so straight up with you. Be like, hey, I don't want to marry you until I can 110% pay every cent of it, or like my family could pay, you know what I mean? Like if that's his reason, that's his reason. And I don't think men understand that women respect honesty so much more than like, in man brain, I feel like he's like, oh, well, I can't pay for the wedding and I can't tell her because she'll think less of me. When in reality, you're like, well, if you had just told me 100% honestly, like, this situation, I would respect you a million times more. I would be so much nicer to you. I'd be so much more understanding. Men are so fucking stupid. Sorry, I don't mean to be like one of those like man haters, but like, and I don't even know if this is the situation. Like, for all I know, he has told you exactly why. I would probably just bring it up to him and just be like, hey, one, we need to pick a date and stick to it. And if we can't pick it, let's just get unengaged. Maybe not break up, but let's just not even bother planning a wedding right now. Or maybe go elope. Like, go say fuck it, get married in a little Whitechapel in Vegas, or like fucking, I don't know, something fun, and then a few years down the line have the party, because honestly, that's all a wedding really is. Like, you're not planning, well, you're kind of planning like the actual wedding itself, the ceremony, but for the most part, I feel like you're planning the reception. Like, you're planning where people are gonna sit and what dishes they're gonna be and where the presents are gonna be and what cake, you know what I mean? So if you just like take the stress out of it, and I know it's one thing if you've like dreamed of a very specific wedding and everything, and like you have your dress and you, but like, you can make it easier on yourself if you're willing to. But I feel like the problem isn't the fact that like the wedding isn't going as planned. I feel like the problem is that the wedding isn't going as planned and your fiance isn't being, there's something missing. Like, I feel like I don't have all of the parts of the story. Male ego, he wants to pay for this wedding. Like, maybe he thinks of it as like, this is my gift to you and I want to be able to do this for you. And I'm sure you guys have discussed this before, but I don't know, bro. That's a fucking toughie. And I wish that I had a concrete solution for you, but I feel like you've already done everything I would tell you to do. Like, you've talked. That's all you can really do in this situation. Or you can ultimatum him and just be like, hey, this is the date of our wedding, and if it fucking changes one more time, there will be no wedding. Actually, we are done. 5 fucking times is crazy to change a wedding date 5 times. Like, I understand, like, 2021, we had Corona, we had all this shit, okay? Like, I get it, it got messy. So if you really think about it that way, like, we're gonna say the world opened back up, like, 100% in 2023. So realistically, in COVID time, if you take that away, you've only been engaged for a year. If you want to think about it in that light. I'm so sorry, girlfriend. I wish I could help. But yeah, if it was me, I would just be like, listen, we're gonna figure this out once and for all. You're not gonna go talk to your fucking mom. This is our relationship. This is our marriage. It is none of her business. She could be looped in when we're picking out the flower arrangements, when we're picking out the cake. That's when she could step in. But as far as this goes, this is a relationship problem. And last I checked, she's not in our relationship. So let's leave her out of it, okay? Okay. I feel like that definitely would strike a nerve with me. Like, why are you running to your mom? Like, why are you seeking validation when we could just talk it out like adults and figure it out? And we don't need to, I can't. She won't under. We're not in high school. We're engaged. Crazy. I think that's all I gotta say for that. I wish I had so much more insight and help, but I don't. I'm sorry. Okay. This one's pretty long too. So, I'm currently 20 and I'll be 21 in a couple months. This entire year, I've been hit with this feeling of being alone, behind in life, unproductive towards my future, etc., and overall just feeling so lost. I've heard so many people say this is normal as you enter your 20s, but I can't help but feeling like I'm an exception, and I truly feel that I'm doing something wrong. I have no clue what I'm doing, and it's a scary feeling. Over the past year, I've moved back home, changed my major twice, transferred schools, and while I'm so glad I made those changes because it was best for me, I also feel like I'm taking steps backwards. Now I don't have many good friends, and I feel like I have to relearn how to love myself, do things that make me happy, and get back on the right track again. If you have ever felt anything similar to this, I would love to hear anything that has helped you reground yourself and center your mind back on your own well-being and not comparing yourself to others. Girl, literally, I think in the last episode or maybe 2 episodes ago, I was talking about this, that like I feel that like it's hard because when you see all your friends, like they are graduating college and they're doing this and they have their jobs and they're getting engaged and they're getting, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these things, you're like watching all these people do it, and then it's like you're back home, which like I moved back home. Like I had an apartment for a year, now I live at home. Like, and when you think of it as like moving backwards, like yes, you could see it that way, or you could just see it as like, okay, you're back at start, like you're resetting. Maybe saying back at start was a bad move, but like just think of it as like the best thing I think you could do in situations like this when you're just feeling like shit and like you're just feeling like you're behind and like you're not doing enough and whatever. First and foremost, I know everybody has told you like everyone feels like that in their 20s. They do. They absolutely do. I feel like that, and then I see people in my DMs like, oh my god, you have your life together, like you're so... Little did they know, I'm like, wow, like I wonder what the fuck I'll be doing in a month from now. No idea. 5-year plan, couldn't fucking tell you that. Could not tell you that. And then like I'll look at someone else's life, and then it's like 2 seconds later they're posting something and they're like, wow, like I just like literally don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like nobody knows. And that's the thing with social media, it makes you think that like everyone else has their life figured out. Like social media is so not great when it comes to comparison. It's so easy to compare yourself, because think about the times before phones, before social media. Once you graduated high school, you had no fucking idea what anybody was doing except for the people you cared about and the people that are your friends. And you're not comparing yourself to your friends because they're your friends. Like you don't see them in that way. Like you're just like, well, no, I know all the ins and outs of their life because they tell me it. Whereas like now you graduate high school, you can look every single person in your yearbook up on social media for the most part and be like, oh, they graduated from there, oh, they went this, oh, they got married, they had a baby. Weird that we could do that. It's crazy. It's cool, but it's crazy. But the best mindset shift that I could give you, you're gonna imagine life as a video game, okay? When you think of life as games, like it's not that fucking deep. Like, is it deep? Yes, but like there's something so much bigger than us out in the world, like out there. Best way to think about it, and I don't care if you don't believe this or not, you can't see things until you believe them, okay? It's not like, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. It's like, I will see it when I believe it, actually. That's how that goes, okay? So you're gonna just imagine, like, you know when you download an app? Like I downloaded Papa's Freezeria on my phone the other day. So much fucking fun. So like imagine there's something way bigger than you. Be like, oh, let me download this app. Your Life. For me, it'd be like, let me download the app Kat's Life. Download, they press play, okay? Hi, this is Kat. This is what she looks like. These are her hobbies and interests. Let's go. Day 1. Okay, well, we know her hobbies and interests, so let's pick what she's gonna wear today. Let's pick what she's gonna do today. Like this path, okay? Level 1, Kat's Life. Level 1, we got through level 1, we got through level 2, we are all the way up. Think of the levels as like your age, right? So like right now, I'm 23. We're at level 23 in life right now. At 22, we were here. We finished level 22. We're on 23. Of course it's gonna look different than 22. Because if the game was the same level the whole time, it'd get really fucking boring. Can you imagine playing Mario Kart the same lap? They only had one map, one circuit. Nobody would play Mario Kart. Nobody would fucking play. If you had a movie, if you had a film crew going around documenting your life, and you lived the same way every single day, every single fucking day for 2 years straight, do you know how fast people will click off of that? They'd be like, oh, this is so fucking boring. It's just a fucking game. Just play it. Okay, you don't have that many good friends in your life? Guess what? You get to restart right now. You are back at home. You've changed your majors. You've transferred college. Do you know how much of like a storyline you have? That's amazing. You can meet new people. You have to go out and do it. Sorry if you're sad and you're feeling like super like, I just can't get. No. You have to actively take those steps and get there. Okay? You're not gonna make friends by sitting in your room. Just, I wish I had friends. They have so many friends. I wish I had friends. Go make friends. Go make an acquaintance. They don't have to be your best friend. They don't have to be somebody that you could tell your deepest, darkest secrets to. Go make a fucking friend. Today at the gym, perfect example. This morning at the gym, I walk in, the guy at the front desk, such a cutie patootie, and I've never seen him there before, and I was like, oh my gosh, hi, how are you? And he was like, hey. And I was like, I love your shoes, bright orange shoes. And he was like, oh my God, really? You're so sweet. Like, what's your name? And we introduced ourselves. And okay, now when I see him tomorrow, if he's working tomorrow, I'm gonna talk to him again because I know him and like we have an acquaintance, and probably because I'm in my hometown, we're gonna, oh, you know that person? I know that person. Oh, let's all hang out. Okay? That's how friendships are made. Community like isn't really that high on the priority list in America these days, at least from everything I've seen on social media and just like everything. Like I feel like community is like dwindling. Like community used to be like you could go outside and like your neighbor's son was your first boyfriend, and then your neighbor's daughter was your best friend, and then you went to college together and you shared a room and you went to prom together. Like, you know what I mean? Like community is just not communitying anymore. You just have to do the shit that makes you happy. And I think people get so confused because, oh, well, if it makes me happy, then I wouldn't not want to do it. Okay, no, listen, because is working out hard? Yes. Would I much rather fucking eat 1,000,000 pounds of chocolate and sit in my bed all day long rather than like working out, being active, eating healthy? Of course I would. Are you kidding? Who's gonna choose? Well, see, that's the thing. Once you start doing these healthy habits and you build your mindset, I'm like, actually, no, like I would so much rather work out because I know how it'll make me feel. But if you take the feeling out of it and you just take the like, here's this option and here's this option with no emotion attached, which sounds more appealing to your little brain? Oh, doing absolutely jack shit, watching my favorite show, and eating donuts because that's easier. We're wired to pick the easier route. However, once you dig a little deeper, the easier route is actually working out, eating healthy, staying fit, because you feel happy, you're boosting your happy hormones, you're feeling like you're doing something really good with your life, you're feeling very proud of yourself, you're looking good, you're feeling good, you're eating healthy, you're fueling your body, so you feel better in general. So then you're like, well, no, that's the easy path because it makes me feel a lot better than this path makes me feel. Also, for my health down the line, this is the easier path. Is it a little bit hard right now? Just because like when I say do things that make you happy, they don't have to be easy. And it's like when my alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning, like, do I want to get up or do I want to keep sleeping a few more hours? I want to keep sleeping a few more hours. And some days I do. Some days I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Can't be bothered. Other days I'm like, nope, let me get up. I'm gonna feel a lot better throughout the day. I'm gonna feel a lot better about myself. I'm just gonna be happier overall. If I get up right now, I do my morning routine, I have my workout, I get home, you know what I mean? That's like another reason, like, would it be so much easier for me to work out at night? Of course it would, because it's like, okay, whatever, I could stay up as late as I want, I could work out, I could sleep in. I won't eat breakfast, and if I don't eat breakfast, I won't eat lunch because I'm like, well, I haven't had breakfast yet. If I don't eat lunch, then I end up not eating until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's one of the reasons I go to the gym in the morning, because I will eat breakfast after I work out. And no, it's not like, oh, well, I didn't work out, so I don't deserve breakfast. It's nothing like that, which that's not an affirmation, by the way. That is not an affirmation. That is a anti-affirmation. It's literally because my body doesn't want, my brain and my body are like not interested in food in the morning. I love breakfast food, but I'm like not interested in cooking food because I'll just like stay in my bed. I'll be like, oh, I'll just have like 2 more cups of coffee, maybe a piece of chocolate. It's just like, I don't know, it's like a safe space. But because I know this about myself, and because I know I don't like how I feel when I don't eat breakfast, when I don't eat lunch, when I don't eat dinner, I go to the gym in the morning. I made it easier for myself. Is it is it annoying? Is it kind of annoying to like, in my brain, I've disciplined myself enough to be like, oh, I can't stay up late. I have to wake up in the morning. I have to go to the gym. No, because I don't have to. But my brain is like, girlfriend, discipline. We're on the discipline track. We're too deep in it now to get off. So, yeah. So, do things that make you happy. And just remember, just because it's something that makes you happy, it might not be easy. It will get easy eventually, but it might not start out easy. And you just have to stay fucking disciplined. I talk about it on almost every episode. Discipline is literally about just doing things when you don't want to do them and making it easier for yourself. I think there was one that I read before this that kind of helps this. Okay, yes, it's this one. I think this is going to be our last one. This one says, hey girl, found your channel recently and have been loving your videos. I love the perspective and attitude you have towards life etc. And I was wondering if there was any podcasts or books that helped you develop this mindset. I've definitely come a long way in terms of improving my mindset. However, I feel I haven't had any growth personally this past year or two, and would love advice on specifically caring less about others and not being afraid of failures. Sorry for the long paragraph. Sorry for the long paragraph. LOL. Love from Ireland. Love from Florida. That's so sick that you live in Ireland. Don't be sorry for the long paragraph. I love to fucking talk. So, first and foremost, I'm so happy you found me. Second. So let me tell you about the book. The book that did it all. It's called A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I'll have it in my bio. I'll have it just like written out. I'll have a link to it. I'll put all of the information that I'm about to give you, I'll put it all in the bio, or what is this called? The description down there. Oh my gosh, back in the day when I was like 12 and I used to watch YouTubers, they'd be like, it's in the description, and I always thought that was the most like mind-blowing, like I was like, you can just point down and that is where the description is. The book A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle? Don't know how to pronounce his last name. One of the most like mind-opening books I've ever read. And anyone that I've told to read it, I got Mr. Special Someone to read it, my mom read it, and I think Mr. Special Someone's sister read it, as far as I know, and like there's been a few others, but that book completely like changed the way that I looked at things. And when I was a junior in high school, I got really into the law of attraction and stuff, and I feel like there was like super big like boom of like, oh, the law of attraction, the law of assumption on social media. And when I first got into it, I wasn't fully grasping it. I was only grasping it for like this is what it is, this is what it does, da-da-da-da. But now that I get it a little bit better, like now that I'm older and I've like had time to sit with the information, it makes so much sense to me now. Also, there's a book called How to Script Your Life. Yeah, I'll have that below too. That was a really good one. I don't think I read it all the way through, if I'm being completely honest, but I definitely took what it taught and I applied it. And something I found for me personally, what really got me to a place of like very where I am now was journaling. Like if I journaled every single day, that was my method of getting a better mindset on life, was journaling. I was like, I don't care about meditating, I don't care about whatever, and I was just journaling. I was like, okay, if I follow this, then my life is gonna be so good. Like if I follow this, then like this is what it's gonna be. There's so many good books out there. Like The Four Agreements is a really good book, but I think I read that a little bit too late into my mindset journey, I guess you could call it, because it was already stuff that I had learned before, and I was like, okay, like this is very repetitive of what I've already read. Atomic Habits is a really, really good book, and that doesn't really have anything to do with like spirituality or just like A New Earth. It sounds kind of like ooh, but it's really just like all about mindset. Like all these self-help books, even if they're like touching into spirituality or like religion or whatever, like all of them, if you really break it down, like they're all literally just to try to get you to a place in your mind where you're like, nothing happens to me, it happens for me, and everything that is happening for my greater good. Something terrible, tragic could happen in your life, and then 4 years down the line you could be like, oh, that's why that happened. And once you learn to not take life so like matter of fact, and like I'm not saying that I am fucking some like ooh, everything is, like I have my bad days. I have the days where I'm like, wow, like I'm going nowhere in life and I fucking hate myself. Like everyone has those days. Maybe not monks. For the most part, a lot of us have those days, right? Like a lot of us are like, wow, like I'm so stressed out and I feel like I'm behind in life and like this and this and this and I'm not doing good enough. And we all have those days. We all have the days where it's like, wow, I'm having a shitty day and fuck everyone. Like we all have those days. We all have those moments. Even if we're not having those days, there can be moments in your day where you're like, wow, like fuck that bitch. Like fuck you, man. Okay? But I think once you could get to a place in life where, yeah, you're just like, this is what it is. It is what it is. It happened for some reason that I cannot understand. And I think, I don't know, I could go into this forever. But like not being afraid of failure, like you can't fail if you keep going. Like, okay, I feel like in school it's like you either pass the test or you fail a test. Yes, because it was one test. One test. That's, you get an A or you get an F, or you get somewhere in between. And usually I feel like the way that things go, the somewhere in betweens are still seen as like less than, well, they are because, you know, they're less than, but like they're still seen as like you didn't do a good job if you didn't get an A, right? So it's like you could get a B plus, well, you didn't get an A, so basically you failed. And it's like, oh, well, the second place is the first to lose. Like, okay, no, it's the second to win. Okay, sorry. It's just all about like, okay, you need to have the glass half full mindset. Like, for example, but let me just give you a little example just to like go off of, oh, was that what I was talking about? Atomic Habits? Atomic Habits is a very good mind, like literally like factual, like, okay, this is a fact, this is a statistic, this is how this works. Because I know sometimes a lot of people will have that hard time where they're like, well, this is just like something, it's not a fact, it's not science-based. So when things are a little bit more concrete, I feel like people have a lot easier time accepting them as real. But I will say, I was following basically the book How to Script Your Life is basically how to like journal in a way that programs your subconscious mind. And if you don't believe in all that shit, you really should, okay? First and foremost, your subconscious mind is there, okay? Like, your subconscious mind is what's telling you to breathe right now. Now you're thinking about it, so you're like, okay, like, breathe. When you're not thinking about it, you're still doing it, which should lead you to believe, I do have a subconscious brain. There is a subconscious part of my brain that's working even when I don't even consciously think about it. And also, let me find him. He's on YouTube. He's a real ass bitch. Okay, I'm gonna find this guy and I'm gonna put him in the bio. He's like an old man and he teaches this stuff and he kind of breaks it down. And he was somebody that broke it down for me in a way that I could understand it to the best of my abilities at that time. When I look back at it, I'm like, wow, how did I not get it the way that I get it now? How did I not get it then? You know what I mean? But wow, we're really bouncing here. But when I was reading the book, the How to Script Your Life, or How to Get Whatever You, something like that, I don't know. But once I was done reading it, I was journaling the way that it taught you to journal, like every single day, right? And I remember this is like my thing, right? Okay, so it was like, basically you're like, I intend to do XYZ, I will do XYZ, or I am going to do XYZ, okay? I literally wrote down, I intend to find money on the ground today. And then, I will find money on the ground today. And like something in my bones when I was writing it, I was literally in this room. It was before I moved out and lived in my apartment. So it was when I lived here the first time, okay? In my bones, I knew it was going to be like more than a quarter. Like I knew it was going to be a dollar bill, and I couldn't tell you what made me think that. Like I couldn't tell you like why, because normally when you find money on the ground, it's literally just like, oh, a penny, a dime, whatever. But I don't know, in my bones, but I was like, no, because I'm not going to put pressure on anything to find. Like, whatever is meant for me to find, I'm going to find it. So, I shit you not. I fucking shit you not. This is the craziest thing, and I wish that, like, I was vlogging or something and I could document it. I walk into Target, and normally, hear me out, when you walk into the Target that I go to, if you go straight, like if the doors are here and I walk through Target this way, if you go straight this way, it's closed and everything. And normally I would go straight this way and do a whole lap around, so then you end up like passing stuff you don't care about, and then like down here and then back down this way. This aisle right here, like this hallway, is like there's journals and planners on this side, and then all the like body care, beauty stuff is on that side. So normally I would just go like straight to the clothes and then make the little square, right. No. I was just like, no, I don't really care, because I don't really care about Target clothes. I'm gonna go to the right, and I'm gonna go to like the makeup, beauty, body wash aisle. I shit you not, I took that right. There was a dollar bill on the ground. I was like, there was nobody around it. Like, nobody was looking at it. Nobody was around it enough to be like, oh, did this fall out of your wallet, sir? You know, nothing like that. I pick it up without looking at it, because like in my mind I was doing something wrong, because like so I pick it up and I put it in my basket. I was carrying a basket and I look at it, it's a $20 bill, and I was like, I literally immediately called my mom and I was just like, you won't fucking believe what just happened. Like, I was astonished. I was like, that would have been crazy just in general, but the fact that I had wrote about it earlier that day, I intend to find money on the ground today, I was like, mind fucking blown. And I feel like once you have an experience like that, like just like something that's just like, no way this is a fucking coincidence, like no way this happened, you know what I mean? Like once you're in the energy of just like, what I say I want is mine. The things that I want are going to be mine. Maybe I don't have them physically right now, but there's nothing stopping you from getting them. Backtracking, sorry, we're a little bit all over the place. My fucking like bouncy brain is really showing in this episode. Back to what I was saying with like tests in school. You get an A, a B, a C, a D, and an F, okay? A, B, C. Why did they skip E? Anyway, you can't fail at something that never ends, okay? You can't fail at something that's not an assignment. Like if your job tells you like, hey, go sell 14 phones today, and you sell 12, well, you didn't really fail. You failed at selling 14 phones, but you didn't fail at selling phones. You know what I mean? But like, you could fail a test. If you get all the questions wrong, you failed a test. You can't fail life. Because you think when you're 90 years old, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, remember when I was feeling like shit and I was just like, I didn't have friends for 2 months in my 20s? Yeah, I failed at life. You're probably not going to be thinking about that when you're 90. Being afraid of failing, like, yes, it's a very real, like I've felt that before. I'm like, fuck, like, what am I doing with my life? But like, you can't fail at life. You can't. And if you believe that, then that's your reality. Because all your reality is what's in your mind. That's all it is. Like, yes, there's this whole world, but this is literally like the scene for your reality, right? So like wherever you live, like that's like, okay, this is your stage. This is the scene for your reality. I could look at this and be like, oh, this room is so fucking small. I hate living here. I wish that I still had my apartment. I'm so fucking mad that I live here. But because that's not my reality. My reality is, wow, I'm really grateful that my mom was like, yeah, no, like, girlfriend, like, you're gonna go fucking broke paying for that apartment, so why don't you move back in and figure it the fuck out? Like, how is that a failure? That's not a failure, you know what I mean? It's literally all up here. It's all up here. If I say, like, oh, I'll never be able to do that, then yeah, no, I won't, because that's what I'm telling myself every single day. So, leads me back, subconscious. Your subconscious is working even when you don't tell it to work. Your conscious brain is like, your subconscious brain is fucking chilling. But that's why it's so important. Nice thoughts. Make your conscious reality pretty, then your subconscious reality is pretty. And then while you're not even thinking about pretty things happen in your life. A promotion, a new friendship, a new relationship, money. Like the stuff that you're looking for, the stuff that you're wanting, the stuff you're wanting to fill your life with, it just magically appears. It really does. I don't know how it does, but it does. Like, look at anything in life. Like, I used to follow, while I was going through trying to find that video of the law of attraction guy, I literally saw a video, and it's actually really funny. I saw a video that I was in my liked videos, okay? That's the thing I was trying to go through. Liked videos. It was literally how to become an influencer. How to make $10,000 a month by influencing. Funny enough, I didn't even like know that I watched that, right? It was like 4 years ago. I didn't even know that I was watching that. Like that just like new, like memory unlocked because like I just saw it. Funniest part about it, the girl that posted that video, her and I are mutuals on TikTok now. Like we follow each other and we, you know what I mean? So it's like, wow. So like there was a time back then where it's just like, I don't know what to do. Like I need somebody to tell me how to do it. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm like, oh, I'm here now. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? But caring less about others, like opinions, and like you just have to get yourself to a place. I really do think A New Earth, every book that I recommend, I will put in the description. And I will explain a little about what they are. But A New Earth is amazing just for like opening your mind and being like, wow, like everything is okay. Like, everything's just like, it is what it is. And if I decide to be happy and put love out into the world, then that's what I'm gonna feel. If I decide to be miserable and put hate into the world, that's what I'm gonna feel. I'm gonna feel miserable and I'm gonna feel hate. Okay? Atomic Habits is an amazing mental, like, toughness, like, mental strengthening book. How to Script Your Life is a really good, just like, okay, this, if you want to learn how to journal in a way that's going to be effective for your subconscious brain, because that's the thing too, like, maybe your conscious self doesn't believe it, but if your conscious brain is reading like, oh, we have $1 million, oh, sick, that's going to stay floating around in here. Like, that's literally a type of technique that, you know what, I am going to go based on Criminal Minds, but it's a type of technique that the people in Criminal Minds use to get people to remember details, because they're like, you know what, like, maybe your conscious brain doesn't remember, but your subconscious knows. Your subconscious saw everything, okay? And it works, in Criminal Minds at least, so I would imagine that they got that from somewhere. But no, but think about it, like, your conscious thinking brain right now, the one that's like actively listening to me, watching me, whatever, that's you, okay? So think of that as you, and then your subconscious brain is a completely different entity. It's like you and your subconscious brain. So you don't have $1 million, but your subconscious brain got told, I have $1 million. Your subconscious brain has $1 million. You just need to figure out how to get that in real life. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, those are really good books. I feel like there's another one. The Mountain Is You is a really good book. I recommended it to Mr. Special, and he said that it really, really resonated with him. When I had read it, it didn't do that much for me. Also, a good book to like fully grasp the concept of your subconscious brain, on top of the YouTube videos that I'll have down there, is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind or Brain by Joe something. Again, I'll have everything in the description, but very amazing book. I did not get all the way through it because I feel if I read it like 4 years ago, it really would have, like, I was like, oh, wow, this is so much new information. But now that I'm very well versed in the topic, I feel like when I was reading it, I got like halfway through it and I was like, this feels very repetitive. But if you're looking for good books, that's a very good book. Very, very good book. The Power of Now is also a very good one, because all you have is now. Literally every second, like, the past isn't real and the future's not real, because you're not there. You're literally right here, right now, and now is never ending. You are always living in the now, because now is never ending, because what time is it? It's now. Oh, what time is it now? It's now. What time is it now? It's now. Oh, you're never living in the future and you're never living in the past. And that's when I say it's all up here. If you spend all day up here thinking about your past and like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, you're living in your past and it's fucking miserable. You want to know why it's miserable? Because it doesn't exist in real life. It is not real. It's literally a thought. You can't live in a thought and expect to be happy. You have to live right here, right now. Same thing for the present. If you're constantly worried about the present, like, or same thing for the future. Like, if you're constantly worrying about the future, oh, well, what if you're not here. And the only time that things happen and action gets taken is here and now. And if you're way busy worrying about down the line, or you're worried about what you did before, you're never going to be here and you're never going to make moves in your life. So when you finally do snap back into right here, right now, you'll be like, well, nothing's happened. Yeah, because you've been so fucking busy worrying about your future or thinking about your past. Of course nothing's fucking happened, because you haven't been present. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, on that note, I will safely say, because my headache's getting really bad and I'm very hungry, that concludes episode 5 of the Pretty Princess Command Center. Thank you again so much for reporting for duty, and I will see you fuckers next week. And on that note, I hope you have a good fucking day.